Alex Massey is a health promotion student at Auckland University of Technology and has spent his final year work placement at MedTV. Juggling a busy schedule, he still finds time for biking and yoga. Alex's studies are focused on stress, and he is presenting us with tips on how we can manage stress in our daily lives.
When we encounter stressful situations, our bodies react with an inbuilt stress response system designed to protect us. So Alex, tell us what happens to us when we encounter stressful situations. What actually goes on inside our bodies?
Well, what happens inside the body with a stress reaction is 3 phases. The initial phase is the alarm phase. Now this is the reaction, the fight or flight response. So when natural chemicals are released into the body to help us deal with the situation at hand. The second phase is the adaptation stage, where the body adapts to the circumstances, and after a long period the body starts to feel irritable and lethargic. And the last part is the exhaustion phase. Now this is where the body depletes itself of all the energy supplies, and after a long period we become more susceptible to illness, lowering immune system, the body becomes more weak.
We often hear expressions like burnout, breakdown, crashing. Tell us a bit about what a burnout is, or how we get ourselves into that situation.
Yeah, a burnout, what we know as like a breakdown, this is where we're caught in the stress cycle. The stress is initiated, the body increases hormones, which increases heart, blood, and respiratory rates. This leads to sleeping and emotional problems, and an adjustment to an unhealthy lifestyle, which leads to more stress, leaving us in this vicious cycle which repeats itself.
Are there ways that we can avoid burnout situations?
Well, the best way to avoid a burnout is obviously reverse that stress cycle by creating the opposite effect of lowering the blood pressure and lowering the heart rates, which will help us relax naturally, just naturally unwind.
Well, it sounds easy, but do you have some simple techniques, relaxation techniques? Perhaps you could demonstrate one for us?
Well, there's a simple technique. Most of us are familiar with breathing. The idea is just that we take a nice, deep, slow, steady breath, and we do this for about 5 to 10 minutes. So you just have to sit with your spine straight. It can be done at home, sitting in the office, or standing in a bus stop, sitting in the car. Just have your spine nice and straight, and lifting the rib cage, bring the shoulders back. Take a nice, slow, steady breath in through the nostrils, breathing all the way down into the base of the navel, so into the diaphragm. And the reason why I say this is because if you focus on the lungs, you're just going to breathe into the top half, and the idea is to breathe all the way down into the base of the lungs, and you do this by focusing on the navel. So just steady breath in, all the way through, and then a nice breath out, exhaling out through the nostrils, and take about 3 or 4 seconds on the inhalation, again 3 or 4 seconds on the exhalation.
What advice would you give to younger people who maybe think they're pretty bulletproof and they're not prone to burnout, or, oh, that's not going to happen to me for another 10, 15 years, 20 years or something? Is it important to maybe engage these practices at an early stage then for people like that?
Well, teenagers and adolescents tend not to want to sit down, say, for 5 or 10 minutes and do some deep breathing. So you've got to find activities that they enjoy or interests. So a lot of activities do actually involve deep breathing. So they love to play sports, so get them very active in that. Even by doing things like relaxing to music, again, they can sit down, and this helps deal with their stress by just simply relaxing. Stress reduction techniques work differently for everyone, so it's important that you find something easily adaptable, something you enjoy, and this will help you reduce your stress level.